Alright, what's going on guys, it's Lone Courier here, and this is a video I've been planning on making for, probably about 7 months now. To be honest, this is a video that's been in the works for quite a while, and I planned on doing it on this specific day for a reason, because today marks the day that it's been a year since the Mad Max game was released. Now, if you were around quite a long time ago on my channel, you will know that I did actually make a video called Will Mad Max Ever Have DLC, and you may know that it's one of the most popular videos on my channel, and obviously it's one of the most popular videos for a reason, because Mad Max, the game, has been very unclear on what's going to happen with this game. It was very unclear from the get-go what Avalanche's real plans were for this game, and after a year I feel like it's probably about the right time to make a video on it, and it's probably about the right time to say that we are never going to get DLC for Mad Max. Now, that is quite an unfortunate and rather sad thing to say, because Mad Max was one of my most hotly anticipated games last year, and it was on my radar for quite a long time. Obviously, it was in the making for years. This game was in development hell, and it wasn't until Mad Max Fury Road, the DVD, well, Mad Max Fury Road, the movie, came out last year, that the game finally kicked itself into action and was like, right, we're gonna release this game this year. And obviously released on the 1st of September 2015, and obviously the date I'm putting this video out on is the 1st of September 2016, and it's been almost a year, well, it has been a year since the game came out, and it's been a year of absolute disappointment for this game. This game is almost as arid and dry as the wasteland it is set in right now. There has been absolutely no post-release content for this game. There's been 4 patches for this game, 4 patches, and that has been it. Right now, at the current moment of me recording this video, I went back and played it, and I found numerous glitches and bugs that are still in the game after all this time. One of them in particular being a camp that you go and overthrow. It is still blocked off on Xbox One. You still can't get in there, and that is seriously disappointing. The only way you can still get into that camp is by glitching and destroying the door. The only way you can do that is by using a very, very awkward and challenging glitch to actually accomplish, which I will leave in the description if you want to check it out. The camp is set up in a weird way, and the only way you can get in, if the door is glitched for you and won't open, is by destroying the tanker on the other side of it. And to do that, you're going to need to basically have a lot of luck and a lot of patience. It involves trying to bounce your car off the edge of it and launch your car up into the air and firing a rocket down at on the tank on the other side of the camp, and it will destroy the gate and it'll let you through. But in order to do that, you're going to need a lot of skill and a lot of patience, because it's a glitch. It's not officially been fixed yet, and it's been a fucking year since this game came out. That is just one of the numerous issues with this game that's still in the game to this day. Honestly, Avalanche, I am absolutely disappointed by the way you treated this game. It's like you released this game, and then you released Just Cause 3, and you're like, oh, well, fuck Mad Max, we've got Just Cause 3 now. That is what this game was. This game was in development for fucking years, and it was supposed to be this gigantic game. It's fucking Mad Max the game. Mad Max is perhaps one of the most influential post-apocalyptic movies there has ever been. And I know I said that in my original video about Mad Max, but I feel like I just have to reiterate it to make it more important. Mad Max has gone on to inspire so many post-apocalyptic movies, books, games, you name it, it's probably got some Mad Max inspiration in there somewhere. I Am Legend, probably inspired by Mad Max in some way, shape or form, even though it's got nothing to do with it. Fallout, one of the most popular game series of this decade. Guess what? Absolutely influenced by Mad Max. Probably the entire game itself is based off of Mad Max. I can tell you right now, probably. And now that we've finally had a Mad Max game, this is the kind of launch support that it's going to get. Absolutely none, other than 4 patches and some DLC, which was made free after a couple of months' time. The only DLC there is for this game right now is microtransactions in the form of the Ripper, the body for the magnum opus, and there's a couple of Rockstar ornaments for your car. All in all, I think this game has roughly 5 pieces of micro DLC, and that's it. Absolutely it. There's nothing more to it than that. And that's absolutely disappointing, considering how long this game was in development for. This game was in development for years, and I mean years. I don't mean just 2 or 3 years. This game was officially announced, I think it was a way back in 2012 or 2013, and there was trailers that came out saying it was going to come out in like fall 2013, and it got pushed back to like spring of 2014, and it got pushed back to actually after that I think it just fell off the face of the earth, and it was in development hell for that time. You know, there was no words coming out about Mad Max the game, absolute radio silence. And then guess what? After a year or so after the Mad Max movie comes out, they're like, well, after the Mad Max movie kicks into gear with all its promotion and advertisements, they finally go, right, we're going to release Mad Max the game in August. And I was like, right, cool, I'll guess it in August. Well, September actually. I was like, cool, we're going to get it in September, right? I can wait that long, cool. So then it comes out in September, I buy the game day one, I start playing it. And it's a pretty damn good game. Yeah, it's very repetitious at times. Yes, it's not everybody's kind of game, but Mad Max the game had so much promise to it, and it's just so disappointing the way it released, and to only receive 4 patches, and still has numerous bugs and issues in the game that still haven't been fixed. And I mean, that's not just it. You know, there's a lot of things that developers said that was going to be in the game wasn't in the game. Now, I'm definitely going to say this right now. It's not a No Man's Sky by any means of the word. You know, No Man's Sky had so many fucking issues that were, well, had so many fucking lies. The game was built on lies, basically. That is why I think that's where the popularity of No Man's Sky came from. Just the things they said about the game, like, oh yeah, it's gonna have multiplayer, oh yeah, you can do this, you can see that happening, you can watch this, oh yeah, that's in the game as well. But guess what, half of that shit wasn't in the game. Now, Mad Max the game isn't exactly as bad as No Man's Sky, but there is a couple of things that I want to point out that someone was kind enough to comment on my video and informed me of, because one thing the developers said for Mad Max was there is an area around the wasteland that you're set in, because the wasteland, you know, it's kind of just like a map for GTA or whatnot. You know, it's got this main specific area that you can actually play around in, and it's surrounded by a desert called the Big Nothing, and the Big Nothing is just as it says, it's big, it's got nothing in it. And in the game, the way it is now, if you go out there, you die instantly within like 10 seconds or so. You need to turn back and go back in. The only way you can get into the Big Nothing is by going in the middle of a storm, and that's a glitch. Now, the developers actually said during the promotional materials for this game that the game was going to allow you to go into the Big Nothing and scavenge for weapons, ammo, stuff like that, and that sounds pretty damn badass. You know, it sounds very threatening, because the Big Nothing is got absolutely nothing in it. And the way this game works, obviously you need to take care of Max, you need to keep his health at full. You get this water canteen that, you know, can restore your health and stuff, and you obviously need to refuel your car after a while as well. And the Big Nothing was going to be hard as hell to survive out in. You know, there was going to be no way, barely anything in the form of like water or anything to like heal Max, and there was going to be very little in the way of fuel. So you need to take a can of fuel with you. If you don't, and you've got half a tank of fuel already, you know, you better make sure you've got enough to get back home with. And that was pretty damn badass. That sounds very threatening. You know, you couldn't fast travel back out of there, so if you go in, you need to come back out safely. And that sounds badass right there. That sounds so cool, you know. But no, that's not even in the full game. Nah, if you go out there, you die. And it's just the way they marketed this game, you know. They marketed this game as being this gigantic Mad Max game that's going to tie in with the movies, and sure it did. This game is definitely good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make the game out to be absolutely terrible and say you shouldn't buy it, because in my opinion you still should. But it's just the way this game had absolutely no support. And a lot of people had asked on that video, like, what do you mean in terms of DLC? What kind of DLC do you mean? I meant story expansions, giving you more in the form of quests. Because after you finish the main quest line for this game, the game's pretty much done. And the last act of the game is rushed. I'll say that right now. It feels like they slopped around too much in the development for this game, and when it came to actually having to finish off the game, they probably only had a couple of months left, and they needed to finish it like really quickly, you know, like finish it like that. And that's where the ending of the game is so bad in my opinion. I think they rushed that ending because it's a bad ending, it doesn't make much sense, and it's just the way it's set up. You know, you finally get your V8 engine for your car at the end of the game, and it's like, fuck yeah, I've just got a V8, let's go out and do some shit. But it's like, no, the game's over. And I mean, yeah, the game's got a nice meaning to it. I saw someone explain it on the Steam forums for this game, and it actually was amazing the way this person described it. I'll leave it in the description if you want to check it out. The link to that comment if I can find it. And that's pretty damn cool within itself. But just the way the game ends and the way the game is, it's disappointing. And especially the lack of DLC. I feel if they added in some more quests, a lot of people have been asking what kind of quest do you want to see being added in. I feel if they added in some stuff from like the Road Warrior, say for example if you had two factions that come into the game, like you've got Scrotus's faction, which is obviously the biggest one in the game, and if you had the Raiders from Mad Max not Beyond Thunderdome, Mad Max, Christ, the Road Warrior, you know, the group from the second one. Christ, what was the guy's name again? The one that wore the mask and all. You know, if you had his group come in and it is like a big war between him and Scrotus, that would be awesome. You know, if you had some inspired quests from like the Mad Max movies. Like Fury Road, how you've obviously got the big massive tanker. If there's a lot of scenes where you've got like big vehicle battles and you've got a couple of vehicles on your side and they've got hundreds on their side, stuff like that would be really cool, and the game could do it. Because when you're trying to take over like a war convoy, you can't do it. You know, you've got your car and you're taking on these other cars, and it's just so cool. And it's like they had all the materials there to make such an amazing game, and they did make a good game. But there's just certain things that they didn't add in which would have made the game that much better, you know? Mad Max the game, it is a solid 8 out of 10, but just the way Avalanche just left the game there is disappointing, you know? Like, the way they just abandoned this game just fucking pissed me off, man. I mean, they've got so many problems that are still in the game to this day. And the way they just went, nope, we've got Just Cause free and we've got DLC for that game, so we're gonna go and fuck away from Mad Max and go and make this game now. That was annoying. Because Just Cause 3 came out, and when it was initially very successful, Just Cause 3 didn't do as well. You know, Mad Max had a lot of hype around it, and Just Cause 3, a lot of people were excited for it, but it was mainly Just Cause fans that were excited for it. And then you've got Mad Max, which drew in a lot more players. Mad Max drew in fans from pretty much every kind of game franchise there is. You had people from Fallout that were excited for it, because I'm an admin on a Fallout page on Facebook, and I remember last year everybody was so hyped for Mad Max coming out, because Mad Max, the release date for it was so perfect. It was a couple of months before Fallout 4, so it was like the perfect stopgap until Fallout 4 came out, you know? Everybody started playing Mad Max until Fallout 4 came out. And initially everybody was like, yeah, this game is fucking amazing. And then everyone was like, yeah, this game doesn't really have much to it. And that's the sad truth. The game doesn't have much meat to it. It's not got much meat in its bones. And that's the disappointing part. This game is good enough, but it lacks in some certain areas. And that's why I'm disappointed. That's why I'm making this video. And that is why I am pissed off at Avalanche Studios. If you supported this game up until a year after release, it could have been so amazing. But no, you just abandoned it, and it ended up being a bit of a mess. You know, there's still glitches that are in the fucking game from day one that still haven't been fixed, and that's what pisses me off more than anything else. The fact that they just abandoned the game without fixing all of the bugs that they left in there is one of the most annoying things about it. As I said, it's a good game, but the way they just abandoned it, yeah. That is fucking shocking right there, man. I mean, seriously, it's a good enough game, but why did you leave? Why did you abandon this game? It had so much potential, and then they just went, oh, you know, we'll see you later. We're gonna go make Just Cause 3 now. You know, and Steam. Another thing as well, somebody asked me, do you think this game will ever have a sequel? I think this game will have a sequel. Because Mad Max, if you check the Steam reviews for it, it had so many amazing reviews. If you check the PS4, the PSN Network store, and if you check the Xbox Live store, they've all got pretty good reviews for Mad Max. You know, it had very good reviews from Steam. In fact, a lot of people bought it. You know, and it's just, but the way the game went, you know, how successful it was, I can guarantee that they are going to make a sequel out of it at some point. But if they're going to abandon the sequel like they abandoned this game, yeah, it's going to be disappointing. So yeah, I know this video's been going on for about 15 minutes now, and you're all probably bored of just sitting here listening to me ramble on about it, but I was genuinely disappointed with the way they just abandoned this game, you know? It's just quite annoying the way it happens. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got any opinions on Mad Max, or you know, if you've got any opinions on what could have made the game better, or anything, any issues that are still in the game, please bring them to light, because I might make a video on them talking about the issues that are still in the game, you know, like glitches that are still there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been the Lone Courier. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.